I read a sermon recently that started out, I went to the Holy Land recently and went to the place that scholars say Jesus was tempted in the wilderness. It's a dry and desolate place, not the kind of place you'd want to spend 40 days. I stopped reading the sermon. The reason I stopped reading is because I had this pet peeve about ministers who go to the Holy Land and then come back and include it in their sermons, like we have to watch all of their vacation videos. But the real reason is that I don't think that the wilderness that Jesus enters is nearly so much about geography as it is about spirituality. The wilderness that Jesus enters is not so much about his distance from civilization as it is his distance he feels between himself and God. Wilderness in the Bible is a theologically loaded word. It isn't so much about a place as it is a spiritual distance from God, a spiritual state of being distant from God and being open and vulnerable to the forces of evil in the world around us. When God seems far away, those other forces just seem to feel closer and stronger and more overwhelming. That place where God seems far away and evil and destruction seem close by, that's wilderness territory. So when the Bible tells the story of Jesus' temptation, it's talking about something more than the lack of food and water and the presence of wild beasts. Jesus is in that God-forsaken place where devils and demons lie in wait, and there's not so much as a drop or whiff of the presence of God. And that's a place where we've all been. You don't have to fly to the Holy Land to get to the wilderness Jesus entered. Just take a seat in a hospital waiting room and the wild beasts of worry will fill your imagination with the worst pictures of what might be happening to your loved one. Or you've lost your soulmate, and after the funeral, the family and friends have left and it's time to spend that first night alone. Don't the demons know when to come calling? Nothing like anxiety and fear and guilt to make that extra bottle of beer or glass of wine seem very attractive. Isn't it telling that we call certain foods comfort foods because we especially are tempted to eat them when we're in the wilderness? Nothing like the wilderness to make us vulnerable to the temptations that are always there. I've begun to wonder if the foundational temptation is to believe that God isn't really there. Out in that wilderness, Satan's greatest desire is to get Jesus to give up on God and worship the devil instead. And even Jesus cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Maybe the most basic temptation is to believe that God has forsaken us, won't protect us, won't deliver us. If God isn't really here, maybe I should just eat that comfort food or have that extra drink. Maybe I'm on my own in this wilderness after all, and I'd better get any comfort, protection, and happiness I can. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we may die. So this place Jesus goes to, it isn't somewhere near the Jordan River. It's here, a place we all spend time in more than once in our lives. Maybe it is a place you're in right now. If you look closely, you'll find Jesus was here. In fact, if you look real close, you'll see Jesus is here.